Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review as well as a makeup tutorial using the palette from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. I am going to do like some swatches and just go over a few things that I have heard personally but watching other videos on YouTube and give you my honest opinion. So yeah, let's just get right to it. So this is what the back of the box looks like, and this verbiage basically says, you know, how excited she is for making the palette and how Morphe gave her full control. And yeah, so now I'm just going to open it up just so you guys can see what it looks like when you get it. Pull it out. It is wrapped in bubble wrap to keep it protected. And then this is the actual palette. So the front part of it looks exactly like the box. It has Jaclyn Hill in like a silver foil type of font. The and palette, there is no special material for the font. It's just flat and gray. And then on the bottom, of course, it has Morphe, which is also in a foil type of font. If you can see when I do this, it reflects. On the back, it says Morphe X Jaclyn Hill, and then there's JH all around the palette. This in particular is, again, like the front, it's flat and it's not any type of special material. Same thing goes with the JHs that are all around the palette. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. It does come with a clear film to protect your eyeshadows. So on the top it says, this palette is dedicated to all of my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn. So yeah, these are all the colors on the inside. For those of you who do not own any Morphe palettes, I have 3 of them. I'm just gonna put these side to side so you can see the difference in the size of the palettes. So this is what all the Morphe palettes look like, and then this is what the Jaclyn Hill palette looks like. So it's significantly bigger in size. All of their other palettes, they're all black in this plastic container. Jaclyn's is a cardboard palette. So in watching a lot of people's reviews on the palette, the #1 complaint, okay, I won't say complaint, I'll say concern, they feel like this palette is going to get dirty very fast because of the white color, which I agree, it probably will get dirtier faster because of the color. But I have another palette. This is my Modern Renaissance palette. As you can see, it got dirty. And this is like a felt material. Me personally, I didn't see anyone complaining about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette being dirty. I didn't really see people mention that as their first concern when they first got it. So I don't know, I think your palette getting dirty is probably the furthest thing from most people's mind, especially if you're someone who's really going to use them. If you're a collector, that might be something that you are concerned about, but I don't really care. But like I said, I just noticed that was like the #1 complaint that people had, was that it's going to get dirty. And then looking, just thinking about when the Modern Renaissance palette came out, I didn't really hear too many people complaining about, or you know, speaking about having concern about their Modern Renaissance palette getting dirty. So that's just something to think about. Also mentioning videos, this palette, I want to say people have mixed reviews on it, but honestly, I have found nothing but just, most people just talk about how much they don't like the palette, how it's overhyped. People talk about the brush swatches and finger swatches and how this is overpriced and this shouldn't be $38 for the same amount of eyeshadows and blah blah blah. Like, I've heard so many complaints about it. So being someone who is not sponsored by anyone, I'm not sponsored by Morphe, I feel like I need to put that out there because a lot of people have been accusing people who like this palette as someone who is, you know, affiliated with Morphe or Jaclyn in some type of way, or just someone who is very well known in the YouTube community. I am not very well known in the YouTube community. I don't have that many subscribers. I'm not sponsored by anybody. So this is going to be an honest review. Now, with that being said, as far as the swatches are concerned, finger swatches, and this is just for some of you all to keep in mind, finger swatches are always going to be better than the brush swatches. Why? You have oil on your skin. So of course, when you use your finger to swatch, it's going to be completely different than that of a brush, which has like synthetic hairs, or if you like having the brushes with the real hairs, it's not going to be the same or as pigmented as it is going to be if you use your fingers to swatch, which a lot of people have not mentioned that when they've talked about the swatches. Another thing people have complained about is a little card that comes with all the names of the eyeshadows. The only thing with, you know, this card is that you only get this card if you order 3 makeup palettes. So I ordered 3 makeup palettes, and so therefore I got one of these with the name on it. So I do agree with people who complain that it's on a card and it's not like written on the actual palette. It would be nice if it was written on the actual palette, because there's actually room, you know, under the shadows where the names could have been placed. You got my vote on that. So anyhow, I'm going to just do a few swatches. I'm not going to do a bunch of swatches, but I am going to do swatches of some of the colors that people have been complaining about, because I just feel like, again, my honest reviews, I spent my own money on this, not sponsored. Morphe doesn't even know who I am, so you don't even have to worry about that. Yes, I have a ton of Morphe brushes, but that's just because I do the subscription where you get a certain amount of brushes for $20 a month, which I think is worth it. I'm a freelance makeup artist, so having a ton of brushes is actually very beneficial for me. May not be beneficial for the average person, but for someone who does it on the side, it's good for me to have so many brushes. Like, I'm just saying. I have a ton of brushes. Anyhow, so I'm gonna look at my card for reference. The first color I want to swatch is gonna be this blue here. A lot of people have had mixed reviews about it, and this color is called, it's called Twerk, which I just think is funny. No, there's nothing on my fingers, because a lot of people accused Jaclyn of, you know, wiping or using a wipe on her finger first and then swatching. So there's nothing on my fingers, like she's dry. I'm not gonna do like this whole one swipe thing, because I don't think that's really accurate. So this is Twerk. This is what Twerk looks like on my hand. Now, as you can see, it's not as pigmented as it is in the palette, but at the same time, I think it's pigmented enough. Judging by how this swatches, this is one of those colors that you would build up so you can get the true color that's in the palette. Keep that in mind as well. Some colors, like, I don't believe this whole wipe it once and then you put it on your hand once. Like, I just don't think that's accurate. I've seen a lot of people doing that, and I'm just like, why? So another color that I'm going to swatch is, I'm going to swatch Sissy, which is a rose gold color, and it literally has like gold flecks in them. Again, my fingers are dry, don't get it twisted. This is what Sissy looks like on my hand. So it's a pink color with, it has like gold undertones, and this swatched very well, because again, your finger swatches are always going to be better than your brush swatches. I'm not even going to waste my time doing brush swatches because I don't feel the need to. I personally feel like there's enough videos out there doing the brush swatches. I don't need to be like the millionth person that does a brush swatch. Another color is Obsessed. I'm not gonna do the matte colors because people have already raved about how well the matte colors swatch. I'm more focused on the shimmery colors because, you know, people have been bashing them. So I'm gonna do Obsessed. This is what Obsessed look like. As you can see, it swatches very well. So that's Obsessed. I think I'm gonna do one more. I hope you're getting my point by doing this. I'm going to now do, let's do this gold color. I'm gonna do Queen. This is what Queen looks like. It's a gold color. In review, when you watch people's reviews and they're talking about brush swatches and finger swatches, I feel like I have to just keep saying it, but finger swatches will always look better than brush swatches. So I'm now going to do a makeup look using this palette. The first thing I'm going to do, because as you can see, like, my face is pretty much done, and I did this because I wanted the focal point to be on the actual shadows and not, you know, how I do my makeup. But I'm going to place some powder under my eyes to catch any fallout because my makeup is already done, so I'm gonna look a little cray cray. For my actual eyeshadow primer, I'm going to use the Kat Von D High Voltage Eye Primer, which looks like this. I use this in like all my videos. I feel like I'm applying this on the back of my hand. So for the brush for this, I always use the Morphe M173 brush, which looks like this. I picked that up from the back of my hand. I have a mirror here if you see any reflections. And I'm gonna place this on my eyelids. Okay, so the first color I'm going to place on my eyelid is going to be a transition color, Roxanne. So this is Roxanne. I'm going to use this as my transition color. I'm going to use the M412 brush to apply that. Look how pigmented that is. What I like to do with eyeshadows is I like to pretty much get the color in there, get it concentrated, and then when I feel like I can't really blend it out like it should be, like especially around the edges, I'll get a clean brush, and for that I'm going to use the Morphe R37, which is part of the Rose Gold series. I'm going to take that and just kind of blend out the outer edges just so this blends better. I don't think I was filming when I think I missed the part, but just in case. What I put in next is the color Pukey, which is like a reddish orange color, and just place that under where I placed the other color. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Pool Party, and this is the color Pool Party here. I'm going to place that on the inner part of my eye. I just really wanted to play with like all the colors. Oh wow, that's pigmented. So that is going to be placed about here until like here, just like that. Sorry, you can see my mirror. This eyeshadow has a little fallout. It fell right next to my nose, so I'm probably going to have a time with trying to remove that. Okay, so the next color I'm going to go in with is Royalty, which is this purple color. I'm using the same brush that I used for the blue. I'm just gonna flip it over and use the other side. I don't think I mentioned this. This is the Morphe M209 brush. As you can see, I'm just using the brush to pat it. I'm not swiping or anything, just patting it. Now I'm going to go in with that brush that I was using to blend in the colors, the R37, and I'm just going to slightly blend out the edges. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of covered up my transition colors, but that's okay because I brought the purple up a little more because I kind of like how it looks now with the purple up in there, you know what I'm saying? So now for an extra boldness, I'm gonna take this blue color because I want to be extra. I'm gonna take Twerk and I'm gonna put that on my lower lash line. But first, I'm gonna actually put some of the eye makeup primer on my lower lash line because I almost always never do it, and then I regret it because it looks so much better when you do that. So I'm gonna do that first. So the brush I'm gonna use to put Twerk on with, wow. This is the Morphe E36 brush. If you can't really tell, it's a really tiny brush. Put this on the lower lash line. Now keep in mind what I said, this color you're gonna have to build up, which some colors it's just like that. You gotta build up the color to get it to look like how you want. But I'm gonna blend this out a little better. Anyhow, so that's what it looks like with Twerk on my lower lash line. Okay, so for highlight purposes, because I need to add a highlight, I'm gonna use Beam. This right here is the color Beam. And to add my highlight color, I'm going to use the Morphe M167 brush. Now I'll apply it or get it where I want it first, and then I'll drag it down. I feel like that helps it mix better when you do it that way. Last thing I'm going to do is to apply a color in like my tear duct. Queen, which is one of the colors that I swatched. This is Queen. I'm going to use that. And this is going to go in my tear duct. I'm going to apply it here and blend that in. Just for extra popperization. Also blend that into the purple, blend that into Pool Party. Anyhow, this is the look I came up with. So now off camera, I'm going to apply my eyeliner and mascara and possibly some eyelashes. I'm gonna come back and let you guys know how I feel about the Jaclyn Hill palette. Alright, so here is the completed look. I know someone's gonna ask what is on my lips. So on my lips is NYX Lingerie in the color. So that is the color on the lips. Alright, this is what the container looks like. And then on top of that, it's called Beauty for Real. I got it in a subscription. Anyhow, so what do I think about the Jaclyn Hill palette? I think it's a good palette. I'm not disappointed in my purchase. Do I think it's worth $38? Because the other palettes are like 22 something. I'll put up what the real cost of it is. I expect limited edition anything to be a little more expensive than items that are always going to be available, just because everyone and their mom's gonna want it. So I'm not mad about the price. Can Morphe have different shipping prices? Can't all companies have different shipping prices? Of course. So I'm really not mad about the purchase at all. I don't regret my purchase. And as far as anyone who wants to purchase, how many times can I say purchase in this video? As far as anyone who wants to buy this palette, I think that's a decision that you're gonna have to make on your own versus listening to everyone else, because after watching all the videos that I've seen, I can't really understand why there's so much negativity. I like the eyeshadows. I think this look turned out very well. And like I said, as far as pigmentation, please keep in mind when it comes to finger swatches and brush swatches that your skin has oil on them. So the finger swatches are always going to be better than the brush swatches, because that seems to be everyone's #1 argument, are the swatches. But this is just something that you're gonna have to decide whether or not you want to get. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you buy it. Do what you want. Don't listen to everyone and take everyone's word for it. So, because I almost, based on the reviews, I almost didn't want to get it, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't listen to everyone else and bought it, because then I would have been missing out. So if anyone's interested in purchasing this palette, they are going to restock. You just have to go on Morphe's website and sign up to be notified when they're going to restock. I'll leave all that information in the description box below, and yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Thumb this video up if you found it helpful and you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are not a subscriber, and make sure you press that notification button so you're notified when I upload a video. And yeah, until the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye.